What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. So we finally have the announcement that we have been waiting for in regards to the Halloween event in Pokemon Go. And I have to say, there are so many amazing features related to this event, but there are so many details that people could end up looking over. So what we're going to do today is talk about the new Giratina raids, we're going to talk about the new Pokemon spawning, and some special research associated to this event. We're specifically going to be taking a look at the article and then also some information outside of that. But with that being said, let's get into the episode. So first things first, when we take a look at the article, it specifically references Ghost type and Dark type Pokemon from the Sinnoh region being available throughout this event. It doesn't necessarily mean that all will be available from the Ghost and Dark typing, which I do want to provide a little bit of a clarification on, but first things first, let's go ahead and knock out the time window. It's October 23rd from 1 p.m. PDT time until November 1st, 1 p.m. PDT time. So it's going to be a solid week nonetheless. But with that being said, something that I'm personally a little bit curious about is what about Pokemon like Miss Magius, Dusknoir, or Weavile? These Pokemon have pre-evolutions that we have access to now that are either a Dark or a Ghost type, so does that mean we will have access to them? Either way, we are going to find out once the event starts because people are probably going to try to evolve those Pokemon. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. You will know whether or not it is available once the event goes live. Other than that, we can specifically talk about Drifloon and Stunky. This is pretty interesting because Drifloon is actually, or Drifbloom, once it evolves, is a fairly good gym defender. But other than that, there is information coming from Pokemon Master Holly that Drifbloom, or the Drifloon family, will have access to the shiny variant available in the game. She has actually been receiving privileged information from Niantic before it gets released, so we can associate that to being 100% accurate. So be on the lookout for those shinies. Other than that, something kind of interesting that they're doing this time around that they didn't do last time is double candy associated to Pokemon caught, and that's it. So last year we got double candy for transferring Pokemon, and I would think that Niantic would take this as an opportunity to really focus on not just transferring, but using the new trade feature, providing double candy for trades, but that unfortunately did not happen. It's just associated to catching Pokemon. I personally think that Niantic did miss out on an opportunity for that. But other than that, we still have two main topics to cover. That is going to be the special research as well as the Giratina raid boss. So let's go ahead and get into the research. There are going to be two new sets of research associated to this event. One of them is the special research, which we have seen mostly for the mythical Pokemon. Now we can say that it will be for other things, which I personally think is a great idea. It opens up so many options in the game. But other than that, the special research will be for a new Pokemon known as Spiritomb. So Spiritomb is a fairly interesting Pokemon, could actually be an okay gym defender. It is going to have a little bit of use to that, but we are going to have to do some different tasks for that special research. But there isn't just going to be special research. There's also going to be field research that will have certain Ghost type and Dark type Pokemon available throughout the event. So be sure to get as many of those research tasks as you possibly can. And of course, there will be a list posted at some point in time. I will try to pin that in the comment section so that you can see how to access the different Pokemon available. But as usual, there will probably be some Pokemon that are only available through that field research task and not available in the wild, so you definitely need to be cycling through those as much as you can. But with that being said, it's time to finally talk about Giratina, the raid boss. Something that I personally predicted as well as other people in the community. It just seemed like Giratina was the perfect raid boss to follow up against Mewtwo during the Mewtwo month. So we do have Giratina as a raid boss, and just so you know, it will extend past the event until November 20th at 1 p.m. Okay, keep that in mind. Of course, it's not going to be a month long, but it is going to be more than the event itself. So make sure to get in as many raids as you possibly can. If you are curious about the best counters, for the most part, I think Tyranitar is probably one of the most general counters that is going to be fairly good against Giratina. We do have some unfortunate news related to Giratina though. Although it was anticipated to be a great Pokemon, its moveset absolutely robbed it of any potential. Now this is something that a lot of people have talked about, basically saying Giratina has been rendered useless just because of the moveset. But to be honest, I do think that this is setting it up for a future reference to try to give it a special moveset on a certain day, much like what happened with the legendary birds, and then giving it access to a new moveset. So maybe in the future it will have a little bit of use, but as of right now, probably not as much of one. And lastly, how could I not forget? We have some new items available in the shop for all of you out there who are interested in this. You can say, forget the Giratina raids, forget the new Gen 4 Pokemon. We've got some new spooky hats. We've got some different memorabilia related to some different Pokemon. So if you do enjoy that type of thing, you're going to be covered as well. But with that being said, we've talked about anything and everything related to this event. If I do have any corrections or any updates, I will put it in the pinned comment. But I guess with all of this being said, I'm personally very excited about this event. This is an event that I think Niantic has done fairly well in the past. The Halloween event has been so exciting, and this time I don't think it's gonna be a disappointment whatsoever. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into a question of the day. What is going to be your favorite part about this event? Is it Giratina? Is it just the new Gen 4 Pokemon? Is it potentially that shiny variant being available in the game? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments section below, and I will see you next time.